Grand Rising. Happy Monday. I pray everybody's having a positive, productive start to your day today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that. I also pray that He clothes us in His armor from head to toe, that He strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. That being said, I did a daily devotional this morning. I did that right before I came on to do this. So if you're seeing this and you didn't see that, go check it out. It had been a while since I had done one. We're going to start out with a morning mantra, and then we'll get on through to the affirmations. It's a dreary, rainy, humid kind of morning in my area. I can do anything I want to with my life within the legal limits of my country. No wasted days, no reason not to try. I can do anything I want to with my life, knowing that anything is possible, staying positive, kind of touching back to yesterday, keeping yourself in a positive frame of mind. I am not defined by my grief. The things that we go through build our character, but they don't define who we are. Remembering that no matter what you've been through, you can do anything you want within the legal limits. It does say that. In the picture, it's a lion being shot out of a cannon. So taking a risk, stepping out of your comfort zone. We got 2 throat chakras. So the color blue, throat chakra is the lotus of 16 petals. Communication and creative expression. We got communication not too long ago. We'll get a throat chakra incense. Throat chakra is patchouli. I didn't light a candle this morning, so we'll just light it with the torch. Communication. I communicate openly and honestly to express my thoughts and feelings clearly. I share my inner knowledge freely with integrity and without fear. I aim to be fully understood by others. I am open to giving and receiving praise, and I will be careful not to talk excessively and make it all about me. I create space in my conversations with others to communicate with me. So not being the one doing all the talking all the time. Listening to truly understand, not just waiting for your turn to talk. Good morning, Grand Rising. I inquire about others' thoughts and feelings, as listening to their truth can be uplifting. So listening to truly understand, not just waiting for your time to talk. Because you might just actually learn something about yourself, about life, about the other person. All right, and then creative expression. I'm committed to sharing and revealing my thoughts and feelings by being creative in my communication style and using expressive language. I express myself through talking, singing, sighing, laughing, and crying, and through using my creative talents. I consciously use my senses to experience my world more fully. I see, hear, smell, and feel more, and I become more aware of my surroundings, such as the weather, aromas, people, nature, sounds, and sights. So, being more aware of your surroundings, using creative expression as a way to enjoy your life, maybe even to cope with grief. You know, a lot of people do that. They paint, they crochet. I like to garden, and I like doing stuff in the kitchen, you know, cooking, tinctures, salves, a way to use the things that I'm growing. But for everybody, it's different, you know, but finding creative expression as an outlet. You know, a lot of times my autism, ADHD kicks in, and I'll get really like hyper focused on something and I'll enjoy it for a little while. And then I get bored with it and I'm ready for something different. So, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to become a lifelong hobby. You know, just you know, try different things and see what you enjoy. And if it's something you enjoy, you'll be good at it the more you do it. You know what I mean? If you don't enjoy something, you're not going to stick with it long enough to get good at it. That's why a lot of people say, you know, it's important to get a career or find a job that you actually enjoy. That way, it doesn't feel like work. We got body with the Wild Offering Oracle. Show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. Look at that. And we got self-acceptance on the bottom of the deck. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. Accepting who you are and expressing that in creative ways, even in the way you communicate with other people. You know, just like randomly talking to a complete stranger. For me, that's not out of the ordinary, but I know, you know, for a lot of people, it can be really, that can really push you out of your comfort zone. On the top of the deck, we got clarity. Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. So, you know, being able to accept yourself for who you truly are, it brings clarity in so many different ways. I can do anything I want to with my life. The daily mantra. When you love yourself and you appreciate yourself for all your quirkiness and all your creative expressions, clarity comes with that. All right, now we'll get Stress Less Namaste card. It's always harder for us to work on ourselves than it is for us to like tell other people how to work on themselves. It's easier to give the advice than it is to take our own advice. Like a lot of times we know things that we want to do and we hold ourselves back. You know, thank you. Grand Rising. Happy Monday. All right, so we'll get a Stress Less Namaste card. Heavy on the throat chakra energy. Being aware that actually came up in the daily devotional video that I did before this one. Being aware of your thoughts and your words and the energy that you speak, that you know, our words have power. So be careful what you're putting your energy into. That one tried to flip over. I should have looked at it, but I didn't. Body, self-acceptance, and clarity. Self-love affirmations. So that's really what we're talking about today. Self-love. Knowing that you're worthy, knowing that you're capable, knowing that there may be obstacles, but if you're being true to who you are and loving on yourself, anything's possible. Self-love affirmations. Practice positive affirmations about yourself throughout your day, such as, I am amazing, I am strong, I am healthy, I bake a great cake, or I made someone smile today. Write these down somewhere you can see them to remind yourself of your positive attributes and thoughts. Self-love affirmations can be a powerful emotional healing tool as they can transform a negative self-image into a positive self-image. Self-love affirmations can help you increase your sense of power, reduce stress, and experience personal fulfillment. So there you go. I mean, that's what self-expression, self-love, self-care, valuing yourself, accepting yourself despite all your flaws, despite what might be going on around you or in your world, loving yourself through that. All right. I haven't been putting the ones away from yesterday, but I don't think that's a habit I'm going to be able to pick up on. I forget to do it half the time. Now we'll pull from an angel of abundance. Yesterday we got focus on your priorities, gratitude list, and ask for your needs to be met. I'm going to put some of these away real quick while I'm thinking about it. I know, I forget to do it all the time. But I like to be able to refer back to, what we had the day before. Or the pool before. However you want to say it. All right, angels of abundance. Self-acceptance does bring clarity. When you go down that journey of learning who you truly are, what you truly value, seeing the gifts that you carry yourself, loving on yourself in whatever way, pushing through the grief, pushing through the difficulties, the more you learn about yourself, the more clarity you get as you go through life's trials and tribulations. The more you learn about yourself, you can, learn things about yourself that you didn't, different skills, different mindsets, even just gaining new knowledge in general, not just about yourself. Quiet retreat. It's the first time we've seen that one. Unlimited ideas on the bottom of the deck. Visualize abundance in all forms on the top of the deck. So confirming where we were talking about our thoughts and our words having power, the visualize abundance in all forms. Quiet retreat. It's time to disconnect from the outer world so that you can discern and process your true thoughts and feelings from your inner world. Create this quiet time for yourself and you'll have more clarity about what to do next. Lining right up with the clarity that we... creating a quiet place. We read that in our scripture this morning. In the devotional video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I did it right before I came on to do this. Unlimited ideas. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So that goes back to the creative expression. Put those ideas and putting those ideas into action. You know, maybe turning something that a hobby that you have into an actual profession. Visualize abundance in all forms. God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. Hold a steady vision of that which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings, and that is what you will experience. So, you know, once you get the clarity of what you truly want to do, visualizing it, visualizing the path that you need to go down. We talked about that earlier, or I guess at the end of last week. You know, writing things down, making a new itinerary, you know, checking off the boxes, checking off the goals that you've already accomplished, and, you know, rewriting the list and adding, you know, taking further steps forward. Okay, now we'll do the angel numbers and the celestial insights. Yesterday for the angel numbers, we had 404, 420, and 1313. It's 16:44 on the timer when I looked. 9:10 a.m. real time. We've been seeing a lot of fours here pretty much since we started using these cards. Going back to writing things down, putting your ideas on paper. Like, this is something that a habit that I've tried to start so many times and I never stick with it. But, you know, having like a little book that when you have ideas that pop up in your head, whatever it is about, writing them down so that you can reference back to it, you know, reference back to the things that keep coming up. That can be an indicator of, you know, a form of creative expression. Writing the ideas down so that it helps you put it into action. And that is a form of visualization. 7722, ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. We got that yesterday. In some way. I think that was in the Angel of Abundance. 233, positivity on the bottom of the deck. And 1515, self-care. We just got that one not long ago. Ask for help. Yes, yesterday we got that. And the Angel of Abundance. Support, guidance, connection, vulnerability, community, and trust. Remember, no one succeeds alone. It's okay to seek guidance and support. Embrace the strength found in community and don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. In what areas of my life am I trying to manage everything alone? How can I reach out for support? Identify one person or resource you can turn to today for guidance or support and take the step to reach out. So don't be afraid to ask for help, whether it's physically or spiritually. 233, positivity. Positivity, joy, hope, compassion, optimism, mindset, and spread joy. This card brings a message of positivity and compassion. Reflect on how you can spread joy and hope in your life and in the lives of others. That goes back to the daily devotion this morning. Consider your mindset and how to maintain optimism and hope. In what ways can I bring more positivity into my daily life and the lives of those around me? Perform one act of kindness or share a positive message with someone today, and make a conscious effort to maintain an optimistic outlook in your daily interactions. So that very much goes back to the daily devotional where we talked about being aware of your thoughts, starting your morning out on a positive mindset. Take time in the morning before you just jump up and start your day to gather your thoughts, to pray, to connect with spirit. 15:15 self-care. Rest, nourishment, relaxation, boundaries, rejuvenation, healing, and peace. It's okay to prioritize yourself and take time to rest. Cancel plans if they are overwhelming, and instead recharge with a cozy evening. Nourish your body with good food, sleep, and relaxation. What fears or doubts are holding me back, and how can I overcome them to take a leap toward positive change? Identify one area where you feel stuck and take a small but significant step towards overcoming this obstacle. Believe in your ability to create the change you desire. That very much goes back with the wild offering oracles that we got: body, self-acceptance, and clarity. You know, sometimes setting those small little goals and then accomplishing them, no matter how small and insignificant it may seem, it gives us a boost, to be able to push forward to the next. That's why it's important to take time to really acknowledge how far we've come. Kind of going back to the message we got yesterday, even if you're not where you want to be, at least you're not where you used to be. It was 22:20 on the timer when I looked. All right, now we'll get a celestial insight. Yesterday we got confusion, allure, and courage. So self-love, self-care, that's very strong out here. And it's very important. And a lot of people, I had a hard time with it. And sometimes I still do. But I'm so much in hermit mode right now that I don't really have to plan much to be able to do it. For some people it's a lot more difficult because their lives are busier. So, slowing down, taking the time, making the time for self-care, for creative expression, seeing it as a form of self-love. Know that the more time you spend with yourself like that, the self-acceptance will come, and with that, clarity. Trust and observe and hope. Past life on the bottom of the deck. Accept on the top of the deck. Trust and observe. Your intuition is quietly guiding you, but sometimes you need to pay more attention to the small changes around you. Reflect on recent moments of confusion. By observing the little details, you'll sharpen your intuition over time. That goes back to what we talked about yesterday about having courage, to push through the confusion to gain that clarity. That very much lines up with the clarity card that we got. Hope. Hope is like a light in the darkness. Have you been feeling discouraged? Remember that difficult times are temporary. Hold on to hope, and it will lead you toward brighter days. So, in those times where you might be struggling to hold on to hope, self-love is even more important during those times, so that we don't start down a depression spiral. And then accepting things as they are can be a powerful step forward. You may be resisting changes lately. Let go of control and you'll discover peace and new opportunities in the present moment. Accepting things as they are, but knowing that, change can come if you take the time to love on yourself, to accept yourself, to find those forms of creative expression, to truly connect to who you are as a person. All right, we'll get an affirmation from the affirmators. Yesterday, we got story of my life and gratitude or generosity. Positivity. When you get to a place in your life where you're able to maintain that positive mindset, which it's difficult. I mean, it's not always, it's impossible to not be affected by things that happen around us. But when we have that positivity within us, we spread it to others. And, little moments like that can not only be a form of self-care and self-love, but you're also, loving on other people. All right, self-help without all the self-helpiness. Options. It's the first time we've gotten that. Everyone's a teacher on the bottom of the deck. And perseverance on the top of the deck. We got perseverance yesterday in a different deck. Options. As I open to the abundant possibilities of my life's path, I'm reminded that I always have unlimited options. Life is a buffet, and I allow myself to choose whatever makes me happiest, without limiting thoughts like you can't put mac and cheese on your baked potato. So doing what makes you happy, loving yourself, for all your quirky, it was 27 on the timer, all your quirky little things, knowing that there's all kinds of options are unlimited of different things that you can do to help yourself grow. Let me see if it'll let me look at these messages real quick. Let's see. Hold on, give me just a second. Okay. Sorry. But I really did need to respond to that message. Okay, I know I was all up in your face and stuff, but it's okay. I promise. All right, now we'll get a Chakra Wisdom Oracle. Yesterday, we were in the second chakra, sacral chakra, with service, perseverance, and impasse. All right, so really focusing on self-love and self-care, making a plan, staying optimistic, finding creative forms of self-expression and self-love, self-care. You can do anything. Your options are unlimited. I mean, and that goes for all of us, accepting things for how they are, but knowing that it's up to you whether they stay that way or not. Trust yourself enough to ask for help if you need to. Creation. perfection on the bottom of the deck, confusion on the top of the deck. So creation, very much going back with the creative expression, self-acceptance, options. Okay, creation. We may have to cut this one short today, but I can always come back and finish when I get back. All right, creation. Hold on. She shaman. I will guide you to your muse. The legend. In a time before history, she shaman walks the earth, bestowing artistic talents on a select few. One day she rests under a birch tree. Hey, says Birch, I want my muse too. Birch entertains she shaman for a long time, singing and telling tales. She shaman smiles. My great friend, you have had your art all along. She vows that from then on she will give everyone their own gift. To this day, she shaman has never left us. We see her inside every creative work. So very much linking up with the creative expression. Inspiration, your path is an artistic one. Express your love in a tangible art form. It is time to make decisions. Personal inquiry. Am I waiting for someone's permission to create my life? What do I need to see in order to claim my own gifts? Key ideas: opening to magic, lasting transformation, divine feminine awakening, creativity, finding your muse, owning your gifts. Keywords: creativity, muse, and magic. So very much syncing up with the self-acceptance, the creative expression, the options, the mantra, I can do anything I want with my life within legal limits. No wasted days, no reason not to try. 33 minutes exactly on the timer when I looked. We did get 233 as an angel number for positivity. I am going to have to end this video or this live, and I'll come back and finish. I have an appointment this morning, and those messages were from my ride. So nonetheless, as always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way for you to fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you in a little while. Bye.